Guys, how's it going? It's Pandora, back for another video. It's been a while. Sorry for the delay. Hope you're all looking after yourselves and you're looking after each other. It's been a bit of a crazy year. Haven't been able to churn out as many videos as I wanted to, especially during the pandemic, but I'm still working myself, so yeah, keeping busy. Yeah, so this is the VK100.01P. Grinded this tank recently. I got the Tiger P, and then I graduated to tier 8. I got this tank, and I also got the other tank. You can see it, the 4502A. Both tanks pale in comparison to one another very much. But yeah, this is the VK for the purpose of this video. I'm just going to refer to this as the VK100P, and I just want to talk about it in Armor Inspector. So this is the tank in Armor Inspector. There's a lot of red on the turret. You can see a lot of red, and just the upper part of the hull. So you've got 170 millimeters of armor there on the cheeks. That's slanted, so you've got some effective armor. 230 millimeters of armor there. The mantle has some spaced armor. You've got 40 millimeters on the roof. 200 millimeters there on the upper part of the hull, and then 100 millimeters. That is the vulnerable part where you'll see a lot of people aiming for that if you expose it. 175 millimeters. I think that got buffed recently. That used to be a lot more yellow, vulnerable. Over to the sides, then you can see 160 millimeters, 170. Then on the hull, you got 130 millimeters, so you can side scrape. You've also got some spaced armor, 170 millimeters. Then at the back, you've got 120 millimeters. That's spaced armor, so you'll bounce or catch shells, or they won't penetrate. And then there's the weakness again, the 120 millimeters at the bottom. No spaced armor there. 140 millimeters on the back of the turret. Again, 40 millimeters on the roof. Now that's important. When it comes to gun depression, you've got 8 degrees of gun depression. And then you've got 30 degrees of gun elevation, but you don't want to be maximizing that because you've only got 40 millimeters on the roof. Right, so I want to talk about consumables, provisions, and equipment. For consumables, I just go with multi-purpose restoration pack, adrenaline, and then I go with the repair kit. Nothing really to talk about there. Then for the provisions, so I go improved fuel, I go big chocolate, and then I go with the protective kit. Now, the reason why I go with protective kit in a big German heavy like this is that vulnerable spot in the front, the lower plate, the driver height is right behind it. And I do find that the engine and the transmission does go on fire quite a bit, especially with German vehicles. So that's the reason why I go with the protective kit. Then when it goes to equipment, so I go calibrated shells. You can go gun rammer. This is a big tank with a lot of armor. At some point, you're going to be holding a choke point, and you're going to have a lot of people aiming at you. So the rammer might make more sense if you want a quicker reload. I just prefer calibrated shells. I'd rather penetrate the tank and do damage than not. But that's either or. Then I go with the defense system. I think that helps protect some of the crew and less chances of fire. So that kind of explains itself. The next one then, optics. Well, optics really speaks for itself. I'm not going to put a cam out on this thing. So yeah, you get 279 meters of view range. This one here, between supercharge and enhanced gunline drive, I go supercharge. The reason why I want my snapshots to actually hit fast moving mediums or lights, a lot of the game now is about lights. Also, it comes important when it comes to certain maps like Castilla, for example, where you go hill and you want to shoot, not snipe, you want to shoot mediums or lights that go on the church, for example. I just find that the shell velocity is very slow in this thing, and the supercharge does help that. So this one here, the enhanced armor or improved assembly. I go enhanced armor. I have been playing it with the improved assembly, and 2014 hit points is nice. Definitely helps, but I just find that you do get more bounces with the enhanced armor. It's just something that I've been kind of trialing, and I've definitely noticed that you do get more bounces. Then for the next spot, I go with the improved control. I don't really find that the engine accelerator helps all that much. It's not that fast a tank. Top speed is 20 kilometers an hour. Improved control also helps your lower hull traverse. The traverse isn't too bad anyway. You have got that vulnerable spot in the middle on the lower plate, and that improved control definitely helps to try and keep that covered or try and deflect shells around it. For the next one then, I just go refined gun. The gun dispersion is pretty bad on this one. Anything to bring it down helps. And then for the last two, I don't really go with, I'd probably go with toolbox, and then I'll probably go with high-end consumables if I was to use them. Okay, and I've got 3 games today. This is the first of our games. This is on Yukon. They're all encounter battle games. Tend not to play Supremacy. And all 3 games are actually ace masteries as well. So this is the first ace that I got in this tank. We're on Yukon. We've spawned on the northwest side. Yukon's a bit of a weird map. The meta has developed around this waterfall. It's a slow enough tank, top speed of 20 kilometers an hour. So what I tend to do in slow heavies like this, I'll go towards the middle. Particularly this map, there's a lot of hard cover that we can use here to maybe side scrape or deflect shells. So I'm pushing in here, keeping an eye on my map obviously, and the rest of the team is also heading on this right hand middle side. It's more on the right hand side. So we've got 2 buildings here, 3 buildings. We've got a bit of cover here. We do spot up the reds fairly quick. This SU is very, very aggressive here. Trying to put a shot in, and I changed my target there to the T43. For SU, we've already lost them. Yeah, this is, you can see this gun. It's 128 millimeters or 12.8 in the German metric. Average alpha of 460, so just waiting for these reds to show up. Here we go, there's a Tiger 1, shot in on him. Had my camo reset, and obviously using this building to my advantage, not taking shots when I don't need to. The armor is very good, but no armor is brilliant. So I'm going to try and put a shot in when they show up. My team is just absolutely, they're just peeking in all the wrong places. The SU is peeked out there. Take a shot there from ISU 152. We lose the other SU 122-44. And the KV4 is sitting there. I don't know why. He's in a really bad spot there. They flanked around to the right hand side. I wouldn't even call that a flanking move. It's obvious what they're doing. I'm just waiting to see, use this KV4's last of his hit points, see if we can get any shots in on the reds. There we go, we lose the KV4 to Annihilator. Put a shot in on the Tiger 1, take him out at least, and I'm backing off. Trying to use the contours of this ridge. There's the Annihilator, put a shot in on him. 383, which is a low roll. Average roll, or high roll, is a 460. Average roll is 460, so 383 is really low on the Annihilator, but that hull is a little bit deceptive. There is a tank flanking me on my right hand side. There's the SU-152. The gun is excellent, but I just really unlucky there. Didn't aim long enough. Put a shot in on the track. We do track him. And I'm backing up, trying to keep the targets in front of me. Last shot there on the SU, no problem. Gun you can see is excellent. The Emil has flanked me on my left hand side now. I think he's on a reload. He's looking to get that reload in. I'm angling as best I can. Bouncing shots from the Annihilator. Putting a big fat shot in on the turret there of the Emil. I hate the Emils. Absolutely hate them. I'm not a big fan of playing against them. So put a shot in on him. Take one there. Trying to angle. Always trying to angle. Using a little bit of speed boost. Bouncing shots. There is a lightweight. I want to get him behind in front of me. He gets taken out. So it's 2v2 here. We've actually brought it back a little bit. The Mill is on a reload. He's backing off. The Annihilator has gone chasing the Leo, the last of the green team here. So I'm going to try and help him out. Put a shot in. I'm aiming for the engine at the back. 428 damage. He's chasing after that Leo. And we are going to lose our Leo now because unfortunately he's moving towards the Emil, who's clearly reloaded at this point. So he's doing the right thing. He's taking out the Leo. Put a shot in on the Emil. He's my next target that I want to try and take out. I'm not so afraid of the Annihilator. I think he's running the rammer instead of calibrated shells. So the Emil is on a reload at this point. Bouncing shots from the Annihilator. I'm going to shift to APCR and we take him out. Now I don't Predominantly, I shoot a lot of AP in this tank. I don't really feel the need to change the AP0, but I wanted to take him out. So we've got the Annihilator using the carcass of this tank to my advantage. He's going to reload well before I do. Put a shot in on him. I'm angling the best I can. He's looking for that sweet spot. I bounce 2 of his shots. He gets the last one, which is great for me. And I'm gonna reload here well before he gets anywhere near away from me. And we do take him out. The gun takes him out. So happy with that game. We bounced 1.8k damage, mostly from the Annihilator. We do get the Ace Mastery. We do 4.8k of damage, 30,000 credits, 4 frags, 1.3k experience. These are the last of the battle stats. We got some assisted damage there, 480. Alright, moving on to the second game. This is Canyon, another encounter game. And this is a tier 9, tier 8 game. We spawned on the southeast side. This is going to turn out to be a very, very strange game. In my mind, I've made the decision here. I'm going to go to the left-hand side. I think it's more favourable for this vehicle because I can take less shots from the Reds. I'm anticipating that they're going to go to the middle, the B cap. This Progetto, this guy is an idiot. He spends most of the game typing instead of moving. There's a lot of people driving Progettos, FCMs, Lego Panzers. They got them from the recent autumn event, and I have to admit there's a lot of people who don't know how to play them. But yeah, it's myself here on the left hand side. You can see from the map nobody on the team is moving, except there is a T28 prototype who's moving with me, and it's going to be the 2 of us who kind of carry this team. I hate to say it. T49, put a shot in on him, 560 damage, and don't take a shot from him, so he bounced that. The Progetto is also, not the Progetto, the T28 prototype has moved up behind me, and he's going to take out the T49 with quite a nice ammo rack. There it is for 711. So done pretty well, but I'm keeping an eye on the map here. The team still has not moved out of spawn. That shark thing is an absolute beast when it's hull down. It has got a vulnerable spot. We don't manage to get that shot. Trying to reverse side scrape here, seeing if he's going to pop out again. I don't think I'm even doing that side scrape right. The Progetto still hasn't moved and he keeps typing. Clearly playing on a mobile phone and talks a lot more than he does play. So, based on the map, our amazing team has spotted up the Reds. They're just pushing into our spawn, and we're going to be losing tanks here fairly quickly, so I'm going to retreat back very, very slowly with the T28 prototype. 2 of the slowest tanks on the team, and we're the only ones who moved, which is really, really disappointing. So I'm going to go in through the gap here, and as they're charging our team, I'm going to try and take advantage of that. I don't know where that shot goes on the SU. I think I hit his gun with HE and just did splash damage, so a bit disappointed with that. And these guys are crossing here, so we can use our team to the advantage there. There's a Progetto, put a shot in on him. Bit of a low roll on him. Gonna use adrenaline. I mean, our team is there, their team is there. That's the Shark. T54E2, but we do lose. Oh, we do take out one of their tanks. This Progetto is saying left. Left, he says. They're on the left. So put a shot in on the Shark. This Progetto, man. My God. I'm going to try and put a shot in on this IS-8. Get a lovely high roll on him. So it's 4 versus 2 at this point. Hardly surprising. The 2 guys that moved are left. And I want to put a shot in on this Waffen. Waffenträger. I get a nice little shot in on him, but I do take a big shot there of 800 damage. Just, I know where the prototype is set up behind me, so he's in the middle. All I have to do is keep these guys spotted up and let him shoot them. He's over my shoulder, and he's still doing damage, so he's doing a cracking job. There's the Waffenträger. Put another shot in on him using a HE, which is really nice on this gun. 128 millimeters, doing that kind of damage. Waffenträger pushes, keeping him spotted, and we finish him off. So we've got 2 one-shots here in front, keeping them spotted. Prototype takes one out. I'm going to take out the next one. No problems with the gun. And that's just the shark that's left, so I do take a shot there. I didn't realise at this point that my turret was actually damaged. You can see the traverse, it just isn't traversing. So I do mess up a shot here. I'm waiting for the turret to come back around, gets repaired. I messed this up. I should have aimed longer. Don't get that shot. But I'm going to reload, switch to APCR and try and take him out. It's Progetto, man. Absolutely. So I do bounce the last shot there. I'm going to switch to HE, but the T28 prototype takes him out. Yeah, bit of a weird game. So 3.6k damage. We got 2 frags there, and that's an ace mastery. That was such a strange game. We do get a lot of assisted damage though. We do get 1.5k assisted damage. Prototype played really, really well there. Alright, so we're on to our third and final game. Oasis Palms. Another encounter battle. And this is a tier 8, tier 7 game. We've spawned on the southwest side. This is one of those maps where you kind of think, what am I going to do with my tank here? You could go out to the dunes, 20 kilometers an hour, but I make a decision here to go into the middle. Hopefully our meds spot up on the right hand side and I'm able to put enough fire in to try and support them. So I'm pushing in here. You can see the Gravedigger pushing with me. You can see the power to weight ratio. The tank actually gets up to the top speed of 20 kilometers an hour pretty quick. So power to weight ratio isn't an issue. It does slow down obviously when it's going up hills, but you don't lose that much speed. So we spotted up some of the raids here. Fortunately they've come into the center as well. It's the Gravedigger and another one of the raids there. KV4. So our allies are engaging them. And I want to shift out to the left hand side here. I just noticed the rest of the team is going out to the left hand side, and I am a little bit nervous about getting flanked here on the right hand side. They have got medium, so we did take a shot there, we did bounce it. I'm very, very conscious that they're out there in the desert. There's a Gravedigger. Another really bad shot there. 560, that might be the Borsig. So I managed to bounce that as well. I think in this game I'm using calibrated shells. First 2 games I think I was using rammer. Yeah, I'm using calibrated shells in this game. So we do take out the Gravedigger. So we're up a tank. There's the Comet in the middle of desert. And he's stupid enough to stay there, so I'm going to put a shot into him. You can see with the supercharged, the shell velocity goes a lot faster. So we put a nice little shot into him. But we are starting to lose tanks here now. And some of the tanks are up here. This KV4 has been playing pretty well. Managed to bounce his shot. He manages to bounce mine. So bit of a bad play there. I'm going to switch to Adrenaline. We want to try and take this guy out because he is holding us up. Contemplating on using APCR or AP. Try and spot this guy up again. I'm keeping an eye on the flank because I'm very, very aware that they will be flanking us if we're pushing hard on this side. So I want to try and focus this KV4. He turns his turret, so lovely. 455, lovely little shot there. And I'm pushing in because I'm aware of the reds that are flanking us. So I'm going to go back to the middle here towards the cap. I do get spotted here. You do get a lot. You do get spotted a lot here. There's a T-49, lovely little shot there, and we started a fire, and he can only HE us for 48 damage, so really happy with that trade. When this thing starts fires, it's lovely. It's such a great feeling as well. So the Comet's in the middle. He's going to come through the middle, I would imagine. There's another tank somewhere. There he is, the T-49. Take him out. No problems with the gun there. The Comet starts making a push. So the Comet starts capping. I just want to reset cap at this point. So I'm going to push in, and there's a Japan 2 who I wasn't aware of. Put a shot in on him. He's the one who's holding cap. So 2 versus 3 at this point. The Leo plays really, really well here. He actually helps me and focus the 2 that I'm focusing on here. So I'm going to try and take out this Japan 2. Get shots in there, and this is where I have to use my hit points here. I've got no choice. I have to be taking the hits here instead of the Leo taking the hits. So I'm kind of protecting him in a way, keeping him back from the Japan 2. Misses his shot. We're going to try and take him out now. So we're taking out, so 2v2, but now it's 2v1. The Leo gets taken out. The Comet is coming on around, and I'm trying to keep the reds in front of me. My key focus here really is the T-34, because he's got the penetration of the gun to deal with him. I do manage to bounce that. I'm usually going for tracks, because I'm doing damage. I'm overmatching that track module in the front. I'm going to take shots here from the Comet. I'm focusing on T-34. I'm trying to put him between me and the Comet. Bouncing shots from the Comet. I'm not really worried about him. T-34 put a lovely shot in on him. Putting the T-34 between me and the Comet. Yeah, so I've got the armor to deal with the Comet, and I'm just making things awkward for him, reversing into him. So I managed to take out the T-34. Took my time with that last shot, wanted to get it, didn't want to hit his gun. And I'm just reversing, making it hard for the Comet. I'll take a few hits. Get him back in front of me, hit adrenaline, we'll take him out with the last shot. Still bouncing shots. It's 5k damage, and we bounce 2.9k of damage as well. It was such a weird ending to that game, and that is an ace mastery with 5k damage, a little bit of assisted damage, and there's the final battle stats of that game. And that's it, guys. That is the VK100P. I've fallen in love with this vehicle. I really like it at tier 8. I think it's a refreshing heavy instead of your boring Russian premium tanks. There is a variation of this tank, the 168, the VK168. It's even heavier at tier 8, and I'm not going to touch that vehicle. I'm going to keep this in my garage. I genuinely love playing it. Love the gun, love the armor. It's not slow for me. I've driven the T95 and the T28, 16 kilometers an hour. This is a top speed of 20. For me, by my standards, this isn't actually slow. So yeah, really, really like this vehicle. Would recommend people get it. And it's brilliant because it's a Tech 3 tank as well, which is so refreshing to see. A very, very strong tank. Very, very strong. It might be a good tank to consider for tier 8 tournament. I think it would actually fit any team very, very well, depending on how you play it. Obviously, you do have to be map aware. You do have to know your maps and put it in positions where you can actually help the team and be that meat shield for the team. I did find myself sometimes you are team dependent, but when you're playing random pub games where you're the one taking all the shots from the team, and the team are just ignoring you or not trying to help you. So you have to bear that in mind. You are the meat shield. Yeah, so that's the end of the review. That's the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Definitely recommend this tank. And yeah, hopefully I'll catch you on the next one. Look after yourself and look after each other. All right, take care. Bye-bye.